Welcome back, everybody. Back in 2010, the American Civil Liberties Union petitioned Washington under the Freedom of Information Act, which allows you to get documents. These, though, were classified, and they were about a drone program that our government rarely admits even exists. Judge Andrew Napolitano, Fox News senior judicial analyst, joining me now. Judge, you have to balance, of course, the right to look at government documents and our own national security. So what do you think about what the ACLU is trying to do?
Well, I would take issue with the word balance, and I would argue that there should be a bias in favor of transparency and in favor of people knowing what the government's doing. And every conceivable presumption or benefit of the doubt or argument should be in favor of the people knowing what their government is doing. Only if the government can show that our safety and our freedom will be harmed if it reveals what it's doing should secrecy trump transparency. So I agree with the ACLU. Look, we have gone from a program, we're talking about the president on his own sending drones to kill people, in several cases Americans overseas. We've gone from the government denying this program existed to the president acknowledging that he and some of his advisors and occasionally his campaign manager sit down in the White House and decide who the target's going to be, and they believe that somehow, from some source other than the Constitution, he has the power to do this. In my view, it's profoundly unlawful, and it is unconstitutional, and the more we know about it, the more voters can make an informed judgment as to whether they want a president who kills people and claims he can get away with it.
The ACLU is asking for a specific ruling on legal justification for a program like this. Is there any legal justification?
In my view, there is not. If the president wants to kill people in a foreign country, whether they're from the government or not, because he believes that they are about to pose an imminent harm to us, the only lawful basis on which he can do so, he has to ask for Congress's permission to do that. But I'll tell you what the government will do. The government will say this involves national security secrets, and we can't even tell you what the justification is, even though the program is out there and the president has acknowledged it, and some of the people who have attended these kill sessions where they decide who to kill have talked to the press about it.
Do you think some release of information is better than none?
Yes, I do. I do. You know, Americans have the right to know what their government is doing in their name, to their Constitution, and with their resources. The more we know, the better we can decide whether we want to keep the government or change it.
I'm torn on this one, but we'll report. We'll let folks decide, because our safety and security, especially in these troubling times, seems paramount. Tough call.
I say our freedom is paramount. But, Jamie, we'll talk about this all you like.
You're paramount, John. Thanks for weighing in today. It's an interesting case.
It
definitely.
Is interesting, of course.
John